Have you ever really stopped to think about how the internet actually works? I mean, everything we do online, sending an email, watching this right now, it all depends on this amazing system of digital addresses. So let's break down how that system really works, shall we?
Okay, so picture this. You get an email. That little piece of data just traveled from a server, maybe thousands of miles away. How in the world does it cut through all the noise, all the chaos of the internet, to find your specific laptop out of billions of other devices? It feels like magic, right? Well, it's not. It's actually this really clever two-part system. And the easiest way to get it is to think about old-school mail. To get a letter to your house, the post office needs two things. First, they need your street address to find the right building. That's the location. But once the mail carrier gets there, they need your name on the envelope to know who it's actually for. That's the name. It's the exact same idea online. All right, so let's follow a little piece of data on its epic journey across the internet. We're going to start with that first part of the address, the one that gets it from a server on the other side of the world to your general neighborhood. And for that, we need to talk about the IP address. The IP address is your device's location on the internet. And here's the key thing to remember. It's temporary. Just like your home address changes if you move, your IP address changes whenever you connect to a new network. So when you take your laptop from your home Wi-Fi to the coffee shop, yep, you get a new IP address. It's all about where you are right now. Okay, so back to our email. It gets broken down into these little chunks called data packets, and each one of these packets gets stamped with a destination IP address. You can think of it like a shipping label that says, please deliver to this specific home network. Now, as this packet zips across the internet, it bumps into these devices called routers. And you can just think of routers as the super efficient postal workers of the internet. Their entire job is to look at that IP address, that destination, and figure out the fastest way to get this thing closer to where it needs to go. And a router doesn't know or care about your specific laptop. It's not that specific. It just looks at the network part of the address and goes, aha, this packet needs to go in that general direction. And it just forwards it to the next router, and the next, getting it closer and closer to your home. Okay, success. Our little data packet has made it all the way across the internet. It's knocking on the front door of your home network. But wait a minute. The job's not done. Now it's inside your house, but how does it find your laptop and not your phone or your smart TV or your roommate's gaming console? This is where the second part of our system, the MAC address, comes into play. If the IP address is the temporary location, the MAC address is the device's permanent, unchangeable name. It's like a serial number that's literally burned into the hardware by the manufacturer. It never, ever changes. So our packet is at your Wi-Fi router. The router knows this packet belongs to someone on this network, but it's got to ask, who gets this? The laptop, the phone, the TV? And this is where a device called a switch, which, by the way, is usually built right into your home router, takes over. If the router was the cross-country postal service, the switch is like the mailroom clerk for your building. Its job is to handle that very last step. It's done with the IP address. That got it to the building. Now, it's looking for the MAC address, the name on the envelope. See, the switch keeps a little list of all the devices connected to it and their unique MAC address names. So it just looks at the packet, finds the destination MAC address, checks its list and says, oh yeah, I know that guy. That's the laptop over there. And boom, it sends the packet directly to it and nowhere else. So there you have it. Two totally different addresses working together as a perfect team. Let's really drill down on the differences and put them side by side. So, if there's one thing to remember from all this, it's this. IP addresses are for the big picture journey, for routing data between different networks. They're what routers care about. MAC addresses are for that final hyperlocal delivery, for switching data to the right device within a single network. That's what switches care about. And this table breaks it down even further. You can see the IP address works at what we call the network layer. That's for network-to-network communication. It's in that decimal format we've all probably seen, and as we've said, it's changeable. But the MAC address, that works on a lower level, the data link layer, which is all about device-to-device talking on this same network. Its format is totally different. It's hexadecimal, which means it uses numbers 0 through 9 and letters A through F. And of course, it is permanent. And you know what's really interesting? They're not even the same size. A standard IP address, what we call IPv4, is 32 bits long, which gives us a few billion possible addresses. But a MAC address is way bigger. It's 48 bits long. And that extra length means we have, well, trillions and trillions of unique combinations. We are definitely not running out of MAC addresses anytime soon. Okay, so I know this all might sound kind of technical and abstract, but this unique name we're talking about,
It's right there on the device you're using to watch this. It's a digital fingerprint for your hardware. And the cool part is, you can actually go find it yourself. So if you're on a Windows computer, it's super easy. Just open up the command prompt, you can search for CMD, then just type in this one command, ipconfig, space, /all. Hit enter, and you're gonna see a whole bunch of network info pop up. Now don't get overwhelmed by all the text. Just scroll through and look for a line that says physical address. That number you see right next to it, the one with letters and numbers, that is it. That is your device's unique, permanent MAC address. Its factory-given name.
And just think about what that means. That's not just some random string of characters. It's a globally unique identifier. In theory, no other network device on the entire planet has that exact same address. It is literally a 1 in trillions digital fingerprint for your hardware.
So that leaves us with one last, kind of big question. Your IP address changes all the time, right? It gives you a little bit of anonymity as you hop from network to network. But your MAC address, that's always the same. It's a permanent breadcrumb tied directly to your physical hardware. So if that address never ever changes, what does that mean for your digital privacy? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining me.